So, hello everyone. So, we already have completed the 30 days of Google Cloud event, which ran for 1 month. And after that, GDS India is here with their another event, which will also run for 1 month. But this time, they will be having their Android study jams. And this program is somewhat different from the previous program. In previous program, all the labs which were there all were self-paced. Still, this time the labs are Google Code labs, so anyone can do that on their own. But apart from that, we will be having 3 to 4 sessions in which we will be covering all the Android basics, or we will be making 3 to 4 applications on that. So, what this event is and how to start with the event and what we still need to do, we all will be covering that. And also, we will be covering some of the basics and things which are required by anyone to start development in Android. All right. So first of all, the question arises is why do we need to develop any mobile application? So in India, we as we all know that any person, whichever, if they are introduced with any electronic device, the first device which they are introduced to is mobile. They do not buy computer, they do not buy any other things, tablet. Also, it is not any a smartphone. But if any person had a phone which is yeah, if any person has any keypad phone, when he will change his phone, he will definitely buy a smartphone because a smartphone price is nowadays 2000. You can buy any smartphone in 2020. So one thing is that apart from that, all the things in world is going through a digital transformation. Apart from that, the impact which COVID-19 has made on mobile industry means everything has come to mobile. Even if you are booking for hospitals or you are doing any stuff, everything has come online. Even Microsoft Teams, which is a complete desktop app, you can operate it using your mobile. It's only because of the need. Most of the people do not own any kind of computer or PC, so that is what provide us a big opportunity to develop Android applications. Moving to next thing. Yeah, I had already covered the development part. So what is the importance of learning this development? So it's a efficient and effective way to reach users, and also you can engage with customers. As I have already said that Microsoft Teams is a very big example of that, and also it increases your visibility of in all the places. If you are something which is not recognized and you want its promotion, most of the people have their app. For example, even the SAC, a student activity center, which is of NIT Patna, we had an app for TechFest Corona and Melange. Okay. So there are many platforms, even there's iOS and Android. And apart from these both OS, there are many other OS. Some are the OS which are there are owned by Mozilla and many other open source communities. So why Android? So with more than 2.5 billion active devices, there are many people who uses means 2 plus billion people who are active Google Play users. So it provides us the data that out of 2.5 billion people, 2 plus billion people actually use Android. So here's another thing. What are Android study jams? The whole event. So Android study jams are community organized study groups, as I had already mentioned, to do hands-on learning for Android app development. Android Basics is a series of sessions focused specifically on learning and how to build Android apps without any prior Android experience, as I had already mentioned regarding that. Also, one more thing, if you all have, am I audible? Because someone has asked that if anyone is just speaking something. Hello. Can anyone from the presenter can confirm? Yes, okay. So here here is the website from where you can learn on your own. So first of all, we will visit this website, and after that we will return to this one. So this is the website of Android Study Jams, and there is only one track. Previous year, this event was there, but there were two tracks. One was for basics one, and another was for advanced. But this time it has only one track, and you have to cover all the courses. Once you visit a start course, and there are 6 units in which the first unit covers all the Kotlin basics, and there are two apps which you make here. Apart from that, in layout, you make one app, but apart from that, you'll learn many other things. For example, material UI, how to write XML, and how to actually design your complete application. In Unit 3, you will be learning how to navigate between other pages, and in Unit 4, as mentioned, it helps you learn how to connect with the internet and also many more other things. And in data persistence, you will learn to use SQL, and also how you can utilize the local storage in mobile, and how it provides you a better way, its API, how you can use its API to communicate with the local storage. And apart from that, these two units, data persistence and work manager, has been added in this year. Data persistence was added on June 2021, and work manager is added in October 2021. So we will be covering all these units one by one in upcoming sessions. So I had already covered what this slides means, what is Android basics in Kotlin course, and here unit 1 Android basics for Android, and inside all the units you will be having pathways, and then if you complete all the pathways, then there will be a quiz, and after completing that quiz correctly, you will be getting a complete badge on your Google developer profile. And this is how your Google developer profile looks like. As we had already mentioned in the email, that there is no a specific programming experience required for learning the whole Android in Kotlin in this Android study jams. So only basic computer literacy skills and math skills will be required. And also there was one more thing mentioned, that what is the minimum system requirements. So it's 8 GB of RAM, and you require at least Intel Core i5. And it's the complete description of all the units and their pathways. These are the pathways of Unit 1, Introduction to Kotlin, and then create your first Android app, build a basic layout, and add a button. And then get user unit, display a scrollable list, navigation, and introduction to navigation component, architecture component, advanced navigation examples, coroutines. So before moving forward, as I have already mentioned, that in this info session and after this info session, we will be covering all the details regarding Android development. So we will be covering the same. Yes. Yes. So this was the first GDG event related to modern Android development, which was there hosted by Android maker themselves, and it was by Chet Hitch. Apart from that, this event happened in France in April 2018, then in Google I/O, and then Android Summit itself. So, first of all, as the whole Kotlin thing mentions that it's the modern way of developing Android applications. So we will see what's the Android development using Java, and then we will move forward by development with Kotlin and what are the benefits of using Kotlin. So this is the complete history of Android development. First of all, in Java programming language was introduced in 2008 by Sun Microsystem. Then more APIs were introduced in 2013. Android Studio was developed. Then we got Kotlin support in 2017, and then architecture component in 2018. And as we all know that previously the Android was developed using Java programming language, and Java is a very good language, but apart from that, it has many more drawbacks. For example, all the codes which are written in Java requires many more kind of efforts. For example, you need to handle every kind of thing. If you are taking input, there are full tabs using which you can take input. You can take your input using buffer. For using a string, you require a string builder, and there are many more other things. Previously, tools were used. Eclipse. I will be skipping this part because this mentions what are where the total bug fixes in different Android versions. Yes. So previously, the tool which was used for developing Android was Eclipse, and Eclipse is a good idea, but apart from that, there are many things that Eclipse lacks. For example, autocomplete things and autocomplete suggestions, refactoring, and many more other things. Apart from that, the platform. Hello, Shivam, are you there? Can you unmute yourself? Hello. So this is for all the presenters. If anyone have any kind of questions, you all can drop in the chats, or anyone from the presenter can provide you the presenter mode, and after that you can unmute yourself, and then we can have that in the meanwhile, because
Yeah.
the presentation thing it's very lengthy, and in that whole tenure actually I get lost, and most of you all will get lost. So that's the thing. So if anyone have any kind of doubts, just raise in the meanwhile. We will be taking that together.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, Shivam, you are audible.
Yeah, I got the presenter access.
Yes, okay. So moving to the next slide. So we were talking about the distribution part. Previously, the whole package where the whole applications were developed, distributed in the form of a package. Even they all are distributed in the form of a package now also. But apart from that, we also have Google Play Store and many other Android app stores, which we all can utilize. There is one most recent app store named as Android Amazon App Store, which is also making its debut in Microsoft. So, as we all have seen, all the drawbacks which previous language and previous development were holding. So, the whole answer to all of these problems are modern Android development. So, this is the modern language for Android, that is Kotlin. There is one more language, Flutter, but in this Android study jams, this is completely dedicated to Kotlin, and we all will be discussing what Kotlin has for us. So, as the timeline mentions, after 2019, Google I/O, Google actually announced that most of the people who are making Android applications are using Kotlin, and Android became Kotlin first language. Apart from that, there is one more fact that Flipkart was previously using its making its all application on Java, means the complete Flipkart app was on Java, but they transported their whole code and transitioned to Kotlin, and this provided them 20% more efficiency, and they had accepted that their developers are actually loving that. So it's possible that if you had developed any application in Java, you can transfer that in Kotlin, or if you are a developer who had learned Java, you can learn Kotlin in a very easy way. So yes, as I had mentioned that why we need Kotlin, that for example, here there is only one question mark, but in Java we explicitly need to define that if it's null, then only do that. So here you can directly include nullability in the type system. Also, there are lambda function which you can directly define in the code itself. Means you are writing any function and you need any helper function, you can define that in the meanwhile. Apart from that, there are extension function and also template expressions and proprietary access syntax for getters and setters. These are same in all the language, whether it's C++, Kotlin, or Java. And as it was mentioned that Flipkart has actually transitioned its complete application in Java from Java to Kotlin. There 60% of all the professional Android developers right now uses Kotlin. Moving to the Android tools, as previously we were using Eclipse IDE, now we all use Android Studio. And when Android Studio was announced, it was announced in Google I/O event in 2013. Apart from that, then Constant Layout Editor was introduced. And what's the feature of Constant Layout Editor? It provides you a better way of writing XML. Means you are actually not writing XML, you are actually designing your application. And once your designing complete, you will be getting the complete XML code for your design. And then Android Studio got its Kotlin support in 2018, and then this is the complete timeline. View binding, motion editor, navigation editor, what all of these things are, we will be learning in the other sessions. But for now, you can understand that view binding is some kind of thing in which you actually bind your front end with all the functions. For example, this is the thing from which you interact with your application. If you are providing any kind of input or you are doing any kind of a stuff, this view binding is the thing that provides you that functionality. Navigation editor is navigation actually provides you the functionality to swap between one screen to another. And mentioning about the tools, powerful code refactoring. There are many more extensions which are available in Android Studio because it's backed up by JetBrains and it's based on Android IntelliJ IDEA Ultimate, which was developed specifically for Java language, but it is right now used for many other languages as well. And here is one more thing introduced by Google in Android, that is Android Jetpack. When you will be exploring Android Jetpack, you will find that instead of defining any XML or binding functions in XML, you can directly make any element directly by code. Means you will be defining all the things in your creative file. You can define row and inside that how many columns you need. And this is the whole thing which Android Jetpack provides. So, as I had mentioned, constant layout. It's the convenient way of writing XML. Means you are not writing, but you are actually designing. These all are part of Jetpacks. Then material design component, Jetpack, camera X, motion layout, and motion editor. They all are covered in Android Basics course. Okay. So that was a presentation from GDG, which they actually use for their workshop. So I had just used that same Android workshop slides which they had used for the introduction part and moving to the rewards part. So if you will complete the complete 6 units which they had mentioned and you will have the developer batches on your profile, they will be reimbursing all the certification fees. 80% of the certification fee means the complete fee is 149 US dollar. Then you only need to pay $29 for your certification exam, and it's applicable till March 2022. Means if you in the complete sessions you cannot complete your all 6 units, you can complete it till March 2022, and then you can apply for the certification exam and you will get that professional Android certification. So here is the weekly task. We had discussed Android Studio and also we had mentioned about Kotlin. So most of you are in second year and some of you are in third year. So we will there a website named Kotlin Cons. So here there are many cool questions and also there it's provided us a playground where we can learn about Kotlin. So I will suggest you all to visit that website once and get aware of all the basics which Kotlin has, specifically up to its introduction and class inheritance part. Because till that it's sufficient for whatever we need in Android for Unit 1 and Unit 2. So that's all for today, and I think we should move to the questioning part and also exploring other things. That's it. Hello.
Audible.
Yes, so can you provide presenter access to Rachit? I think I cannot make him presenter. I can just say one icon which mention that he has his presenter mode on already.
Okay. Okay, Rachita is rejoining again. Okay, no, he's here. Presenter mode off. It shows. Okay. Rachita is the presenter now.
Okay. So actually, I am trying to make all the people who are presenter, so we all can have the discussion regarding Android and why it's necessary, or what are the cool things which we can do using Android, and also if we can explore any basics of Kotlin and how we can do that. We all can do that because we have about 40 minutes, 20 minutes time for now. Yes, sir. So you can get the all the recordings. It will be uploaded on YouTube. So I think I had made almost every one of you presenters. So you all can unmute and we can discuss anything you want. And apart from that, if any one of you want to install Android Studio or you get any kind of glitches, you all can ask here. Apart from that, I think there is one separate section on Discord which actually mentions all the queries. Means you all can post all the queries which you have on that channel. So if you get any kind of issues in installing Android Studio or operating with that, you all can drop there.
Hello. I'm audible, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
So, I had a doubt that the timeline for this event is of 30 days, but as you mentioned that before March 2022, so if we complete those six courses, then we can have that 80% reimbursement on the certification
Yes.
fees. Yeah. So then what's the significance of the 30 days here, sir? I mean, the sessions will be held weekly for 30 days or what?
Yes, the sessions will be held 30 days for 30 days, and apart from that, whatever support you need from us means GDC and IT partner, we all will be providing that for these 30 days. It never means that you all have any doubt after 30 days you will not get your help, any kind of support from us. We will be supporting you, but yeah, exclusively this event means the whole GDS in IT Partner is dedicated to Android for these 30 days. It means that previously it was for cloud and right now it's for Android.
Thank you, sir. And regarding that, for these 30 days, I mean, what's the frequency of holding sessions? One session
I
every
think
week?
we can have it weekly, but we will be having our exam, so we can skip one session. We can cover that content of that session in any session previous or prior to that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, I have just shared the links, three links, in which one of for the Android Study Jams course and another is for the certification for which you will be getting your reimbursement, and another is for the Kotlin cons, the website which I had mentioned. Here you can find all the introduction part and then classes parts. So I will suggest you all to uh, complete up to classes.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yes, okay. There are many people who are actually GDSC 98 Android members. So if there are any questions which you have for me, because you will be exploring actually three languages, that is Java, Kotlin, and Flutter. So if you have any questions for me, you can ask the same.
sir, do these courses, these labs, they just give the basic idea of implementing client side logic, or has it some implementation courses, practical hands-on on server side implementation also of logic in apps? Am I audible?
Hello, Shivam, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in all of the courses which Android study jams covers, there is one separate unit which actually tells you how to use SQL in Android, but they do not have any kind of server-side implementation because everything related to server-side are actually handled using APIs. So they will tell you how to use local storage API, and we all can replace that local storage API by Firebase. And if you are using MongoDB, you can replace it with that. And for that, you will be needing the knowledge of SDK, which is completely available in the documentation of each API. For example, Firebase provides its complete documentation for Kotlin or Java or Flutter of how we can use the same in Android, means Kotlin. So that's the thing. If you are making any application in Kotlin, you can utilize the SDK, and after that you can use its API. The only thing that will be required from your side is replacing the SQL queries, means the local storage queries which you are applying with that of your database.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we can consider the complete Android thing as the front end part of web development, because the database which you will be using will be the same as the database which any one person from web uses. So before next session, what we will be expecting is that you all have Android Studio installed in your system, and apart from that, you have learned the basics of Kotlin. So I have already shared all the slides in the chat box. All right then, if you not have do not have any doubts, we can meet on the next session, which I am planning to host on 5 December. If you all have any problem with that date or anything else, you all can DM me and we can reschedule the event. The one motto of this whole event is to complete the knowledge in Kotlin and make us capable of building Android application using Kotlin. So Devyani, you will be getting the link on GDS community portal, and also we will be notifying you all using email as we had done this time.